Hello, this is Dot at the University of Ottawa. I'm going to do the formal welcome and then over to Ivy for the presentation. So welcome everybody to today's Fireside Chat. It's February the 3rd, 2010, and happy to be working in collaboration with our organization, Ohhrn, and we're going to take a look at the background and research priorities. I'm going to introduce our presenter today, and it's Ivy Lynn Burgeau. So over to you, Ivy Lynn.
Okay, thanks, Dot, and welcome everybody. There are some people's names that I recognize, and so welcome. And I also recognize that some people have heard parts of this presentation before, so I'm hoping that it's not too boring for you. But we'll make sure that we bring everybody up to date. Now, I just want to make sure, does everyone hear me well enough?
Yes, it's fine. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, great. Okay, so...
and Ivy, sorry, before you start, I'm going to remind people that they can use that text chat feature to post their questions and comments throughout your presentation. Okay. So most of the time when you're presenting, Chantal is going to mute the lines and then open them in time for your comments and questions. So Chantal, you want to go ahead and mute the line, 6-1? Here you go, Ivy.
That's great, thank you. Now, so on my screen, I've basically moved that part off to the side while I'm doing the presentation, just because otherwise it blacks out the slides. But then when we're done, I'll just move it over so that I can see what the comments that the people are writing in for the chat part. Okay, with that, hopefully we can move things forward. Okay, so I'm going to give you a bit of a background to this entity called Ohhrn. We're situated at the University of Ottawa, and so the University of Ottawa has some rules around putting French first, so that's why the Roche comes first. But we'll be just using short form Ohhrn for the rest. So I just want to give you a sense as to how this came to be in terms of the evolution of what were the ministry-funded health system-linked research units into this new program. It's a new program, but it's recycled. So it's not really new money to the ministry. Talk a bit about the structure, the background of that Ohhrn program, and then get into sort of the draft goals and structure and priorities of Ohhrn, the different kinds of consultations that we went through, and the most important issue here is the call for proposals and answering some of your frequently asked questions. So just to give some background, and again, my apologies to those people who are already quite familiar with this. Early in 2009, the ministry brought together the 8 existing health system-linked research units, or HSLRUs, to discuss the evolution of a new program. So we were going to evolve the HSLRUs into this new Applied Health Research Network initiative. And the 8 units I list here, I'm not going to go through each of them. It's just some of you might be familiar with some of these existing units. Arthritis, CanChild, so some at Toronto, Ohhrn, kind of developed in conjunction with the Community Health Research Unit here at U Ottawa, and then there's the Thames Valley Practice Unit and so forth. Thank you. Now, so the vision of why they wanted to do this was to build on the strength of the health system-linked research units. So in keeping with their name, they were research units that were also linked to different communities. In the case of the Community Health Research Unit here at the University of Ottawa, we were linked with Ottawa Public Health, and the other units were linked with other community decision-maker organizations. So they wanted to build on that, but to make it much more pan-Ontario, so that there would be much more coordinated efforts into kind of 2 broader conceptual categories. So we had a lot of discussions about what those 2 broader conceptual categories would be, and that evolved into one focusing on the system, trying to highlight how to bring innovations forward, looking at more integration of the system, and then another one looking at population health improvement. So Moira Stewart, who directed the Thames Valley Family Practice Research Unit at the University of Western Ontario, she was invited to lead the System Innovation and Integration Unit, which is now called SIREN, so S-I-I-R small E-N. It's a whole, I totally appreciate how many acronyms there are in this presentation, but this is to give you a sense of this whole new world of acronyms. The Population Health Improvement Research Network is what we refer to here as FERN. So the Community Health Research Unit no longer exists. In its wake, FERN was created. So on the System Innovation and Integration side, or SIREN, they decided that they would look at, my apologies here, I tried to close that down. It was decided that their system-focused network would look at 3 research programs. One would be primary care, which was an area that Moira Stewart really wanted to focus in on. Looking at transitions of prevention and care, and that's being led by Jonathan Sussman at McMaster, and he used to head the supportive cancer care unit. So some of the issues that they're initially looking at in terms of transitions and continuity of care from primary to secondary, tertiary care, we'll be focusing on cancer. And then the third one is entitled Systems of Prevention and Care, and that's led by Gina Brown. And she formerly headed the Health and Social Service Utilization Research Unit at McMaster, which focuses a lot on sort of an intersectoral approach. On our side, in terms of population health improvement, and I say ours because I'm the hub lead for the Population Health Improvement Research Network, as well as the lead for the Ohhrn. And so there's a lot of synergies between those two groups in terms of the sharing of resources that we have here. So I wanted to give you a lay of the land in terms of the background structure of this ARNI program and how we fit into, how Ohhrn specifically fits into that one. So on the FERN side, the Population Health Improvement, we have 2 research programs, one on health inequities. That's co-led by Ron Labonte here at University of Ottawa and Carlos Quinones at the University of Toronto. And then a separate research program on population health interventions, and that's co-led by Jim Dunn at McMaster and Doug Manuel, who is here at the Ottawa Hospital Research Institute, OHRI. So this is the structure, the basic structure of ARNI. We have a provincial steering committee. We have the 2 hubs that they call it, one on population health improvement and system innovation, and then there's the research program and our researchers and community partners. So that's what we look like. Now, in addition to that 2-pronged structure are cross-cutting initiatives. And the one sort of bolded there in red is Ohhrn. So the Health Human Resources is considered a cross-cutting initiative in addition to another unit that we have here, Health of Francophone Minorities, here I mean University of Ottawa. And performance measurement is led by Louise Lemus-Charles at the University of Toronto. They're looking at, or in the process of developing 2 other pan-Ontario research networks which will feed into this ARNI structure, one on multicultural health and another one looking at First Nations, Inuit, and Métis health. So this is our structure, sort of like our 2 main hubs that they talk about, and then there are research programs within those, or community partners, and you can see sort of the Francophone team and Health Human Resources are cross-cutting initiatives as well. So that's just to kind of give you a lay of the land. The overarching goals of this new program, the Applied Health Research Network Initiative, is to support high-quality applied population health research that addresses complex issues that affect health using a collaborative network approach. So very much front and center, this collaborative approach. Another main goal is to build capacity by linking researchers, getting more research done. So building capacity in terms of the number of people doing research in this area, as well as creating an infrastructure for them through these networks. And then to be the applied health services focus for Ontario, supporting evidence-informed policy development and decision-making. So in line with that, we want to make sure that we feed into the ministry need for evidence for the policies that they're developing. So there's a ministry pull because all ministry policy initiatives now need to have an evidentiary base. There needs to be a little document attached to policy briefs that go up. So there's some pull from the ministry in order to contact us. So we would like to create an infrastructure here that better makes those linkages. So that's a large part of what our network is going to be doing in the area of health human resources. So the timeline for the development is these